Yeah, obviously I've done a few of these games now, managed to win the last one. It's just great to meet your former teammates, which you haven't got a chance to see them often. So not just that, obviously you're representing Celtic as well, which is a great club, and it's great. It's a great turnout for us ex-players to go out there and see if we still got it. And not just that, there's a few other players on the other team at Aberdeen and Dundee United who I know personally as well, who I played with over my career. So yeah, it'd be good to see familiar faces. Yeah, I speak to Gary Hooper quite a lot. We're really close with each other at Celtic in that time. So, we've done a few charity games as well together. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see him and Scott Brown as well. So, and Charlie, same. These sort of players, we always keep in touch. Our families are pretty close as well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them as well. Yeah, it was a big decision. Obviously, I was born and raised in Cardiff. It was my team which I supported, and I just think I needed a different opportunity and a different challenge in my career at that time. I thought I could take Cardiff as far as I could. Obviously disappointed that we missed out on the playoff position, and then when my contract was coming to an end, I spoke to Neil Lennon. He sold the club to me massively, and the minute you walk through the doors of Celtic Park and you go to the changing rooms and you see the pitch and you see the stadium, I just fell in love with it straight away, and I knew that's where I wanted to be playing my football for as long as possible. Really, it's a fantastic club. Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons why you signed as well. Obviously disappointed not to get there earlier, but we knew it was going to be a working process with a lot of new signings. It wasn't just going to happen overnight, but we managed to go and get the job done in qualifying, and Celtic Park and the lights in the Champions League is an unbelievable occasion and a fantastic support and atmosphere. So it was a great honour for me to witness that and play in some fantastic games as well. No, I've been really entertained. I think especially going forward. We got some pace in the wings, are very dangerous. Kyogo as well. Not just that, defensively we look solid. I think we've learned a lot from that Dortmund game, and you can see everyone knows their job on the pitch, and hopefully they can maintain and retain the Premiership. So time will tell, but I think Brendan Rodgers has done fantastic again since he's come back. Yeah, they would. Obviously, it's been a long time since they managed to do that. Obviously, it's a different Champions League to what we're used to with the format. But they've put themselves in a fantastic position. Whether they get into that playoff spot and see what happens over two legs. But it's going to be difficult. If you look at the teams below them already, Real Madrid, PSG, they haven't really kicked form at the moment. So just got to take it game by game. I think if you look at the fixtures, I think the majority of them are possibly winnable. So, just got to take it game by game. It was just actually Tony's third time lucky signing me. He tried to sign me twice at Stoke when I was at Cardiff, but certain things didn't happen. And obviously, being a Welsh person and knowing him as well, was a big help and a big decision for me to agree. But then also on the flip side of it, we were fantastic in the first season. First time Crystal Palace ever survived in the Premier League and stayed up. But then I think he got manager of the year and decided to move on, which is disappointing for me, obviously, because it was such a big decision to leave Celtic. I didn't really want to leave, but it was that sort of time where I was coming in the age of my career at 26, where I thought if I don't make this move now, then I might not have an opportunity to play in the Premier League. But yeah, disappointed to see Tony go. I think we could have had a good few more years together, but sometimes you got to look after yourself, and that was his decision. But no, I think he was a big influence on me for signing. Yeah, I think they got to invest money. They've let go a lot of their good talent, and if you do that, you need to replace them with someone who haven't spent enough money. They haven't recruited well enough. Yeah, it's difficult times. It's always going to be difficult. They have got fantastic individual players, as they. There's a few others, but I think what they need is a bit more investment and recruiting into certain areas where they can improve the team, because Selhurst Park is a hostile place to go. Not many teams like going there, but hopefully they can turn the screw soon and get some wins under their belts. Because you can see he's a very talented manager, works well for the team, and it's just not working at the moment. But I do honestly believe if they invested into the manager a little bit more and got the players that he wanted, then I think they could push on and hopefully this part of the season now is just fighting relegation and then hopefully go again for next season. Oh, he's got a massive future ahead. He's already been in the England setup as well. Such a young player with old head on the shoulders, as you say. Very experienced for his age, and you can see how much of a good player he is. And gives it really nice. He's got a bright future. Hopefully Crystal Palace can keep hold of him, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of clubs looking at him as well. But yeah, I've been really impressed with the way he's done in midfield, and for such a young age, like I said, he's been fantastic. Yeah, been down there quite a lot this season, especially at the beginning of the season, and when Bullock was there, it just wasn't happening at all. The performances wasn't good enough. They weren't creating enough chances, and you get found out as well in the Championship like that. And rightly so. I think once a manager goes 4, 5, 6 games without a win, you're always going to be under pressure. And Vincent Tan knows that, and he won't let that go under the carpet or anything. So they made the right decision for me, and now it's all up in the air with who's going to be the next manager. So at the moment there's a few names flying around, but I think it's down to the chairman to come out and decide whether they're going to stick with the guy Omar already, or if they're going to go and invest some money into another manager. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating for the fans at the moment, but credit the last 4 or 5 games has been a lot better, a lot more improvement in the team, a lot more creating chances. So I think time will tell. It's a difficult league, but they need to get back to winning ways to stay away from that relegation zone. I think Lenny would be brilliant there, with the way he's management skills and the way he wants his players to fight for the club and fight for the jersey. I haven't seen that there for a long time at Cardiff. I understand football is going a little bit difficult, but I know Lenny as well, and the way he can play, will be exactly the same as other managers. But I just like to see that fight from the players and that sort of togetherness. I haven't seen it since probably Warnock when he was there at Cardiff. So I'm going to say Neil Lennon. Whether he wants it, I don't know. He's been a fresh breath of air, really. Don't get me wrong, Robert Page was unbelievable. What he achieved with Wales, fantastic. Getting to a World Cup and the Euros as well. But I think if you ask every Welsh fan, it was that style of play which was so unpredictable, which you didn't know what team you're going to see. Sometimes they could maybe dominate a bit, but more or less they was sort of counter-attacking, or it just wasn't an identity of the team. And I think since Craig has come in, you could see the way he wants to play, and that's on the front foot, aggressive, high press, possession-based football, everyone working hard, making sure they're hitting numbers, and it's working. It is going to take time. It's not just going to happen overnight, because it's such a lot of information these players need to take on board. But they've started brilliantly, and they've been in a fantastic position, being second in the Nations League. But these 2 big games which you're going to see now, Turkey away and Iceland at home. So I think everyone's been very pleased with the way Craig's come across, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well. In the media he's spoken very well. So yeah, for me it's been a great appointment from the FAW.